I got
of
a couple.
the.
I'm gonna
Go
play
ahead.
devil's advocate to
Yeah.
those 2 points you made a
Hmm.
little bit. The Summers
Yeah.
are assholes. I'm just gonna say it. The Summers are assholes.
Yeah.
Like they sent
Oh,
that boy to the
go ahead.
future. They sent him to the
Uh-huh.
future, to protect him. And then they get there, and he's Luke Skywalker, Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
chosen one. He's the
Absolutely.
prophecy. And they're like,
Yeah.
we got to bring him back. We just can't. We can't do this. It's like, which do you
Yeah.
want? You can't have it both ways, dog. And
Yeah.
the Storm thing that it caught me. It was great. It's all dope. But I was just like, yo, you gonna mess
Hmm.
around and get killed one of these times reciting these whole verses and monologues while you're powering up. Somebody's just gonna snipe you one time. Like we gotta cut
Got
this
that spirit
short.
bomb in the air.
Or you're gonna doom entire multiverses. Doing stuff like that is gonna f with the multiverse.
Hello and welcome back to the Premier Squad podcast. I am your host, Jerome. Today with me, I have Ken as my co-host, and then I have Dom and Grinch as our guests on here today. We'll be going over the first three episodes of X-Men 97, Season 2. And the thing I really want to touch upon first is I really appreciated how they decided to structure it with this three-episode release, because we got to jump into each of the timelines that's kind of co-occurring right now. In episode one, we got the future. Episode two, we got the present. In episode three, we got the past. Ken, what were your thoughts on which one kind of stood out to you the most?
Yeah, so I liked all three, but to answer your question, it's tough. It really is neck and neck between episode one and episode three. Episode two is close just because they blessed us with the X Force intro. So just out of respect
Hmm.
for that,
Yeah,
I even have to just like think about that too.
yeah.
I mean, episode one, obviously, like you have Scott, Jean, Logan, Cable, and you're diving into the Messiah complex. And then in episode
Yeah.
three, of course, you have like Apocalypse becoming who he is and Magneto and Professor X. So I
Hmm.
actually have to go with episode three. I mean, there's just no presence like
Wow.
Magneto.
Okay.
There's no presence like
Okay.
Magneto. And for again, the X-Men, there's no shortage of A-list heavyweight characters. But
Yeah.
when you
And
get
and
to
like to your
even
point,
though
really fast.
talk to me.
I was just gonna say really quickly, off of your Magneto point, it really felt like Apocalypse believed what Magneto was whispering into his ear. Like he was giving him a lot of sweet nothings. And it felt like Apocalypse was like, yeah, I'm right there on board.
Yeah, and because to that point, it's like it's fated, it's destiny. I mean, anything that
Hmm.
they tried to do, you just really believe that it either would have pushed him more to be Apocalypse, or it was just
Yeah.
always a part of what was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But
Nightcrawler
again,
said that, right?
yeah, yep,
Yeah. He's the one
yep,
who brought it up. Like, is it all just leading to where it's supposed to be? But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah. No, no, you're right, and I think too, like Magneto's my favorite character in the show. And to me, that has always been like, yes, Professor X is the face of mutant kind, but Magneto has
Hmm.
always been the mutant savior, always. And when shit got real last season, Mutant 911, like who was there standing ground, like, making sure that everybody was protected? It was Magneto. While Professor
Yeah.
X was somewhere in space, it's Magneto. So,
Man, that's funny. Really quickly, I just because it's so funny because I wanted to bring that up. That Apocalypse is standing there, Magneto is standing right next to him, and we talk about this all the time: the doers versus the theorists and stuff like that. And how does how does Charles show up? And then after him,
Man, I got
it's
yeah, I
notes.
mean,
hilarious.
you
I
have
got,
people
I
Yeah,
that
got
are about
notes
that
on that.
action. What's up, Grinch?
yeah.
I said
Go ahead.
I got notes on that because I'm
Hmm.
as you know I'm not a Charles apologist. I'm a Charles hater. I've grown up in my ways and I'm a Charles hater, and it's just like I put it. One of my notes was he doesn't want anyone to get the credit for human mutant peace but himself. And Magneto made that point to him. It's like, yo, like we can avoid this. We might be able to stop this now, and we can have
Hmm.
humanity mutant peace right now. On the same side,
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a slight bit of, I'm going to shoot him some bail because Charles he could be right, is that if they do that, the future could drastically change. And so he was worried about that. But the overall thing of, it's more so to me, I was like, you just don't want that man to get credit for your idea. And you're a
Yeah.
hater.
Didn't
You're just a
didn't
straight up
also
hater.
And then, like, to that point, didn't Charles say it was his fault for like the whole Genosha thing or something? And then Magneto came in and said, no, it was
Hmm.
our fault.
That's
Once again,
ours.
sharing credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Again, that's the mutant savior right there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like again, at the end of the day, like whenever he's on screen, again, when you have the mutant savior, like I feel the show immediately not just takes off, but there's just you as the audience member, you just feel safe, like with the mutant savior being there, and I really do. And also to Apocalypse, because now, like, you're talking about the primary antagonist in the show, like,
Hmm.
really, like, in his rawest state. That was, like,
Yeah.
really that was pretty cool too. So, for me, yeah, episode 3, I know we'll dive deeper into a lot of other stuff, but I'll stop right there.
Yeah. What about you, Dom? How do you feel between the first 3 episodes?
I'm kind of on Ken's side, episode 3 for sure, but for the sake of the pod, I will argue episode 1 because they are extremely neck and neck. That like Ken was saying, every episode is so good, and especially episodes 1 and 3 are very level in terms of their
Yeah.
greatness. Episode 1, it was great to see the power of Storm back. Like
Oh,
shit
yes,
just
dude.
doesn't get done
Yes.
without Storm. Like, I mean, to be able
Dude,
to
she's reading from a
channel the
scroll or
sun,
something.
like,
Yeah, she was reading from like a sacred scroll with the way that she was dropping bars on that stuff before she
yeah,
brought in the solar energy.
yeah, to be able to do that, I mean, that is Omega level, mutant stuff to draw from the sun to power up, the celestial ship. Like, are you kidding me, dude? Like, and then Scott and then they're cooked the
Dom,
whole
just to
episode.
add one quick
Yes,
I mean, one
please.
quick thing to that. Just to add
Yeah,
one quick thing to that too. I mean, to interact with a star that's 95 million miles away. I mean, you're talking about manipulating a planetary weather system from that distance.
yeah.
Woo. Yeah.
And she didn't even think it was possible when Mother Scolani said it at first. She was like, "No, I that's not possible. I can't do that." And then
Yeah.
Hmm.
once you sat back and actually thought about it, she actually fucking did it, which was incredible. And like the whole episode, Scott and Jean, they're kind of cooked. The whole episode, they get run through like right away as soon as Apocalypse's kind of crew shows up.
Four
They cook
horsemen.
real
Yeah.
quick, yeah, and then they're kind of cooked again when they're captured. And it isn't until Storm shows up and blows a hole and then brings in the ice to save everybody. So just Storm was just
Yeah.
pulling out the whole episode 1. It was good to see. I think the action was the best in episode 1 too, compared to episode
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
And so it did a really good job of just like setting the tone for what's going to happen this season. Episode 1 was really good.
Okay.
Dom, let me ask you
Grinch, what about
quickly
over on you?
this.
Okay,
Dom,
go
let
ahead,
me ask
Grinch.
you quickly this, like just on the Storm point. So, of course, I mean, Omega level mutants, like in season 1, Magneto turns off the entire planet in his underwear. That's obviously an insane level. That's planetary level feat. Are you more impressed with Storm's feat compared to that feat? How are you ranking and scaling those two feats?
It's a good question. I would probably put Magneto's feet just slightly above it, but it's up there. I mean, like you said, drawing solar flare power from the sun, which is so many miles away, when she's just usually able to control the weather on Earth, not draw from the cosmos or from the stars or the sun. I mean, it's got to be up there, right? I mean, we're talking 1 and 2, type of just like how episode 1 and 3 are so good that those stats
Hmm.
are right there too.
Well
I'll
said.
give the edge to
Now,
Magneto.
Grinch.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Grinch, you do not feel, at least this is from my personal perspective, I thought that 2 episodes were a lot better than one of them. So do not feel like you need to be the man that has to champion episode 2. Just
That's
get
not
over
gonna
it, you're on
happen.
his own.
This is not. This is under no way, shape, or form is that going to happen. I mean,
Hmm.
the half of the episode is focused on Jubilee. I have the notes on her too. She's useless. So I'm not, we can get into episode 2 when we get into it, but no, it's not gonna happen.
Yes.
Not gonna happen
Okay.
at
Okay.
all. No way, no how. I was firmly, I'm still going to go with episode 3, but Dom, you made me like
Wow.
really
Okay.
question if episode 1 was, just as good as episode 3. And
Hmm.
it,
Loki kind of
it's it
was.
it low key kind of was, but
Loki kind of
I'm gonna
was.
go with episode 3 just because it felt more, there was more gravity to it. It felt
Yeah.
the stakes got raised, and it feels like, okay, this is real deal stuff going on now. So I'm gonna go with episode 3. I mean, are we gonna spoilers? Are we doing that type of stuff here, or it doesn't matter?
All
Because
Yeah.
spoilers.
Absolutely. Yeah.
episode 3, I'm seeing it. We're all seeing it. We know who's there. We know
Hmm.
who's there besides Apocalypse. And Ramatut is an alias for one of them. So for
Yeah.
one man. So I mean, is
Yeah.
Apocalypse the overarching arch nemesis of this season? Or do we really know that? Because Ramatut is
Hmm.
right there. So I'm just saying. I mean, if they're going to do it, it's going to be a hell of a season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
talk
mean,
about the
that would be
tie-ins
really
to the
cool.
MCU too. I mean, like to bring us into Doomsday proper if they pull this off,
That would be dope.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
so
Go
And I
ahead,
dope.
think
Ken.
touching on
Sorry,
that
cut you
point
off.
too, just like when I forgot who mentioned it, but they were talking about like, hey, we have our longest, like our historical villain, and we have our most aggressive villain side by side. So
Yeah,
when you have them both there present in the episode, that can be hard to beat.
yeah. I think Nightcrawler said it, and then in the very beginning,
Yeah.
Charles Charles said, I think he was kind of throwing shade at Magneto. He was like, our most formidable opponent ever. I'm like,
That's what it
wait a
was.
minute, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he called him his
Um,
most formidable. And Nightcrawler said it was our most. I'm a butcher it, but it was like our most,
mhm.
not cunning, but it was just like it was two opposites of their foes that they had. But Charles did say he was their most formidable one in the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
If
Uh,
Kang was the main villain, that would be really cool because I think, like, as far as the mutants being united and going against an outside threat, because that's how it was in season one. Like Magneto didn't. I mean, Magneto ended up being a secondary antagonist, but Bastion was the main villain, which was a human's
yeah.
creation, the Sentinels.
Hmm.
But in this, to your point, I mean, that'd be really cool if Magneto actually influenced or impacted Apocalypse to where so like that final showdown is, Apocalypse, all mutants together, united versus an exterior threat, Magneto's dream.
Yeah, they really made us believe the forced relationship in the first season of Magneto with the X-Men.
Yeah.
Like it was very well done. But I think okay, so on to my perspective, this is where I think it's a little bit different for me because I have episode one like head and shoulders above the other two. I have episode three is good, but episode two to me was like was pretty bad, in my opinion. I thought that positive for episode one for sure was the parents, Gene and Scott talking to Nathan. I thought all of their parenting scenes I thought were very well done. I very much felt emotional over the way that they were taking into consideration their son versus what they have to do versus why they sent him to the future and how they decided to navigate that with him. I thought was awesome. And then yeah, like once again, Storm's action scene and like I said, like she's reading from like a book of scripture before she pulls that energy out of the sun. And it like those two things together, that dialogue with that feat to me is like incredible. And I felt like it
It's
really touched upon
incredible.
just like episode one. Yeah.
I got
Of
a couple.
the
I'm gonna
go
play
ahead.
devil's advocate to
Yeah.
those 2 points you made a little bit,
Hmm.
little bit. The Summers
Yeah.
are assholes. I'm just gonna say it. The Summers are assholes.
Yeah.
Like they sent
Oh,
that boy to the
go ahead.
future. They sent him to the
Uh-huh.
future, to protect him. And then they get there, and he's Luke Skywalker, Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
chosen one. He's the
absolutely.
prophecy. And they're like,
Yeah,
we got to bring him back. We just can't. We can't do this. It's like, which do you
yeah,
want? You can't have it both ways, dog. And
yeah.
the storm thing that it caught me. it was great. It's all dope, but I was just like, yo, you gonna mess
Hmm.
around and get killed one of these times reciting these whole verses and monologues while you're powering up. Somebody's just gonna snipe you one time. Like, we gotta cut
Got
this
that spirit
short.
bomb in the air.
What's gonna doom entire multiverses? Doing stuff like that is gonna f with the multiverse. You cause
I
incursions. You
know
cause all
if we're talking
kinds
about
of
how mind reading can
issues.
mess up
It's
everything,
like
surely pulling the energy out of the sun is some sort of adjustment. Maybe the sun's that big of a
To
powerhouse.
something.
Um,
Wait, Jerome,
but
I
yeah, so
completely
like,
forgot to
go ahead.
answer. Like, do you have Magneto's planetary level feat over Storm's feat too?
Um, I think so because I think that like you're I guess if you're Storm, you're just not understanding that you can direct energy, but the energy is there, it's present. Whereas like Magneto is literal, I don't know, to access all of that across the world. I guess that I don't know the intricacies of electricity. I don't know if I'm pulling something out of my ass right now, but that to me just felt like more impactful. Like it's like a belief thing with her. It's just I don't know. Like there's much more effect that's understood from like the human level of like planes falling out of the sky and everything, the impact of that. But back to episode one. I thought that Ascani, I think she did a really good job. I thought her Destiny lines were really good in the way that, like, because obviously we've heard that theme overstated a lot in superheroes and stories in general. What is, is Destiny? Can we break it? Does it fluctuate and stuff like that? Um, and then like the two along even with just the words and the pulling energy out of the sun, the piano came in as as Storm was pulling that stuff out, I thought was amazing. And then two, that's where like when you go to episode two and you get like Jubilee's kind of action scene in that hallway, I feel like when we're sitting there, we're watching the X-Force opening, which is incredible. I love when TV shows can give us alternate openings that are
Yeah.
just as impactful as like the main one instead of just recycling the thing over and over again. But I feel like on paper, Sunspot and Jubilee can really make the best out of this animation. But I feel like for her, my favorite part of her art style and stuff like that came in just the little moment when she gives Sunspot a kiss on the cheek and there's like a little bit of fireworks right there. Like I'm a big sucker. Like I'm big on romance, so I really appreciated that more than any of her like action scenes inside when she's fighting all the dudes and stuff like that. And then for episode three, I thought it was good that Apocalypse was there, that he was buying into Magneto. But to me, there wasn't that same impact that I felt with episode one. The best thing too that kind of sticks out for me was a side character in episode two. I didn't really care too much about the Cable scenes in episode two, but I felt like Psylocke on that same as a side character in there. I thought her animation stuff really popped off. And that's kind of one of the questions I wanted to bring to you guys is the different characters, and because we have an animated show, we have the availability of the art style and stuff like that to really showcase what these different X-Men can do. What were some of your favorite ways that they use the animation and art style?
Yeah, I think that I'm just being an echo chamber now, but I would still have to go with the Storm scene. I mean, because animating
Yeah.
something like, I mean, it's one thing to put something like that on paper. It's one thing to
Hmm.
animate it in a way that actually feels real. So I
Yeah.
I just gotta go with that. And to your point, the animation allows for you to really get the feel for what an omega level mutant truly is. Infinite level
Hmm.
like there is no cap on what they can do. And the animation style allows for a lot of imagination to really support that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Storm for me.
And then
yeah,
just going back to Psylocke really fast, like I really appreciated when she like knocked out bowl cut dude, and like it flashed the black, and then she put him to sleep, and then it played like it shows like her little butterfly, and then every time she uses her
Yeah.
powers, the way it shows on her faces are all like really cool little things that pop to me.
the character's okay. Like episode two was fine, but like the I really like the way that they do Sunspots animation. Like he
Yeah.
looks
Hmm.
really sick. Like he's maybe not the coolest character, but just the way it looks when he's moving on screen and when he's powered up. I just like that the animation style they do for that character. It looks really cool.
Yeah, and I
I'm in the
trust.
Shout out.
minority.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't like the way he's animated. I think like
Oh,
the character, the colors, and it just doesn't work for me. I don't know. I just don't like the way it looks, like the black and then the orange and like I don't know. I just don't like the way it looks for me personally. Um
Hmm.
and for Jubilee, like as much as I have a disdain for her, her fight scene, like all the animation in that, it was really good.
Yes.
Yep,
It
yep.
was really, really good.
yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Storm is animated well all the time, always
Yeah.
perfectly.
And
And
props to
like
Jubilee. She's kind of come a long way. I know she's kind of like a B level character, but she had some good fight scenes for where she was at previously in season one. So big props to her. She was doing some cool stuff with her abilities.
she will,
Cable
Yeah,
really
as
got
I
her
and I
said,
right. Cable
against
got her
cannon
right.
fodder or street level guys, she's a god. But other than that, she anything above that, she's
yeah.
to me she's
Yeah,
useless.
yeah.
Yeah, and then when you go back to like looking at the opening and stuff like that, the trailer, excuse me, not the trailer, not the opening, the trailer, when you get to see the way Gene and Scott Powers come together, I think I trust this team with a lot of the stuff they did in season one, that hopefully like a Sunspot Jubilee interaction between their powers can really showcase something special. Because like well, yeah, once again, on paper for both of them, I think they have the potential to have like some of the coolest scenes when it comes to art style. And another smaller scene too is Scott like rocket moonwalks with his eye blasters through that fight scene on the train.
Several times.
I just
Yes.
one thing to add to the animation question. The
Hmm.
telepathic plane that like some of these characters go through is really well done too. Obviously, you have Professor X,
Yeah.
you have Psylocke. Like, because I mean, in live action,
Hmm.
it's just really like a dark room. But again, like with the animation, like it feels like again, I mean, because it's not something that you can communicate or describe. It's only something that like Professor X, Psylocke, Jean Grey. It's only something that they would like really understand. I thought that the animation did a good job of that too.
Makes it
Yeah.
seem like way more bigger, way more grand than they could in live action for
Yep.
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, adds to the
Give
scale.
us more Emma Frost.
Across
Man,
that.
you want more Emma
Man,
Frost?
so I don't know why,
Yeah.
but this is so like she has the whole bark line. And it's so funny because they literally had like almost that same exact line between Xavier and his intergalactic wifey up in space. That was like my favorite line was like we can do that later. Like bark for me later. That came from Xavier's girl in season one. So I don't know why like we're barking again, but that stuff is hilarious. But another question for the team is, we have because these three episodes are split with these three different distinct groups across the timeline, who's kind of our favorite character so far, or who's sticking out the most for us? Because I do feel like this is a good question.
I mean, you have different saviors and messiahs. So you have Cable, what Cable's destined to become. You have what Apocalypse is
Hmm.
destined to become. And then you have Magneto and Professor X. I'd say those are like the dominant leaders of the
Yeah.
story. But I'm just going to be consistent. It's Magneto for me, for sure. So
Hmm.
there's different. There's something different about his Messiah nature than the others for me. Because Cable really is supposed to be the Messiah, like Grinch said, Luke Skywalker, Jesus. I mean, he's the son of an Omega level mutant and arguably the greatest like leader, X-Men character, Scott. And he's also like he's supposed to be everything wrapped into just one character. But Magneto
Yeah.
still just hits harder for me. Like even though like they all started worshiping Cable, Magneto's just always he's just been that guy for like the last for my entire life. It's Magneto.
Hmm.
Yep,
And
Magneto.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I agree. I think Magneto's been the strongest for me too. And just to kind of, continue on that and add something else, I think it's really cool how Magneto is the one this season, at least so far, to try and preach mercy and restraint and like not trying to give in to your inner dark thoughts to try and get through to, Apocalypse before he becomes Apocalypse. Yeah, that's kind of something that Charles would have done last season, but now Magneto is doing it. You can just really see that the events of season one changed him.
Yeah.
I think that's really a good thing for his character and makes him kind of like the number one right now on the show. is that whole character arc that he's gone through.
That's well
And
said, because like, and something that like makes Magneto different from the others is I always felt like Magneto's situational. So like if the Sentinels are shooting at us, we're gonna shoot back. But in this, like the objective has changed. If we can influence apocalypse here, we can save our people in the future. Whereas like Professor X's ideology, it remains consistent no matter the situation. And that's just not someone that like I think like the X-Men or really like the mutants should follow. And but no difference than Cable. Like Cable's thing is, well, this is what it's going to be regardless of the situation. And Jubilee's like, well, like what if it's this situation? So I just love like Magneto's survival, like depending on how we survive, that's how he leads. I like that. That's my guy, man. Yep.
Yeah. What are you gonna say, Grinch?
I said I was gonna cheat, and so I know we are supposed to pick one, but I did it by episode. So episode one, I have
Mm-hmm.
Storm or Forge. Forge is so greatly underused
Okay.
and
Yeah.
underutilized in this show.
Yeah.
Like he was doing some stuff. He was doing some cool stuff. And episode two, I have Psylocke as the favorite character that I liked. And episode
Yep.
three is In Sabanur, hands down.
El Salvador was doing some crazy shit in that episode. Like the strength to knock down those doors just to start, like, and then
The
to
mammoth?
swing the elephant. Like, oh, you kidding me, bro? I was like,
He
damn,
turned
I
the
did not
mammoth into an
know El
Olympic
Salvador
level
had it
discus
like that.
competition.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
And it wasn't, and it didn't, he didn't strain either. Like when he picked up that mammoth or elephant, it was like it was light.
Yeah.
It's you, and
Yeah.
you know Bishop was shitting himself when he had to like square up with Apocalypse. He's like, all right, we knocked him back. Everybody, let's get away, let's get away.
Yeah, man.
For me, I think that I really just want to. I would say so. Cable in episode 2 specifically, because I'm like separating some of these characters, like Apocalypse in the future episode versus the past episode, are two different characters for me. I wouldn't necessarily count them as the same. Like I didn't really like Cable at all in the second episode, and that's where I felt like it really fell flat. Like we were talking about the way that he kind of goes about his one track sort of mind versus like what Jubilee's putting down. Didn't really
So
work.
you side more on Jubilee's side about like, you know, how he shouldn't be killing people and whatnot.
Yeah, I just felt like it was too quick.
The
Like
stakes are
I don't know if
high.
it's what he's
Cable,
kind
the
of.
stakes are high though. Like Cable has no time to fuck about. Like it's you know,
Yeah.
like we got to get shit done. Or
Yeah, I
Man's
was
been
kind
at
of
war
like
his whole
I don't know.
life.
And he's so I don't know. I don't know if it's his lines or whatever. I just didn't believe. I don't know if it was the episode 2 overall, but I didn't believe in him as
It's
much.
the Jubilee effect.
Like it wasn't, the opening wasn't enough.
Jubilee's
Opening
playing with
wasn't
you,
enough for
man.
me.
Jubilee
It's
is
the
firing.
Jubilee
Yeah, dude, and then
effect.
like
She's bringing
it's so
everything
funny.
down.
Like Jubilee
Other than
gets
the
taken,
animation.
which is
Yeah.
Jubilee gets taken away, and then Sunspot's like talking about saving her, and Psylocke just knocks him out, and then he's just there still supporting them. I don't know how many times you have to get knocked out by like someone that can affect your mind with telepathy to like, all right, like we're not doing this anymore. Like that's a breach right there. That's a breach of consent to like the deepest level, in my opinion. So I don't know. Yeah, that squad is to me, yeah, like Psylocke and well, not really Archangel, I guess, but Psylocke definitely like stole the show for me in the second episode. I just really want to appreciate, I think Ascani and then Apocalypse in the third episode being like the freshest faces there. I thought they did a really good job in both their roles as characters, you know, adding on to this. I do feel like the supporting characters in episode 3 might have been the worst because I felt like they were kind of like Nightcrawler was like, he had some funny lines and he was talking through, but like everybody else is kind of going through that. Beast and everybody didn't really hit for me. And then
Beast is so trash.
Do anything.
He's so trash. I was like, for a genius, he's terrible.
I thought he was like I remember him
good.
being like cool in the first season. Like for him, I guess.
Yeah.
Not like anything special.
Like he's
but, yeah.
trying to put the tech together, and like if you're a genius, you're a genius. I understand it's foreign tech, but you can't figure out how to make some of this stuff where we don't have enough power. Oh, like come on, man. Like I thought you were supposed to be the smartest X-Men. Like Cable could have put that together.
Figured it out? You think Forge would have figured it out?
Easily. He figured it
That
out
is his
himself.
mutant power, though. That's not fair.
Hey, man. Hey, he figured it out. He's not a genius. Just he can create anything and put anything together. You know what I mean? But that doesn't make him a genius. But Beast is supposed to be genius intellect. I mean, he failed himself in the movie. I know it's two different things. He failed himself, turning himself back to a human. He failed something in the original series. I forgot what he failed at that. He failed this. Always fails. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
And
yeah.
put on some clothes. Stop running around here in a onesie.
I think he's a worse
Oh
version
no,
of
not that.
Professor X too. He still wants to be accepted by humanity. And I remember like in
Hmm.
the original show, they were breaking out, I don't know which mutant, and he was there and they were like, all right, Beast, let's go. Beast said, no, 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 I'll just stay here. I'm right where I need to be. So from then on out, I've never ever respected him. So yeah.
Overall, I think for the first three episodes, I do feel like Apocalypse in the past was probably my favorite character, and I'm really I know he's like made that jump within the episode that now that they betrayed him, so to speak. But I really interested to see how the two bridge together to see how he becomes who he is. And then another thing that I forgot to mention that was just like a really cool small scene was like I really because Wolverine doesn't have his adamantium when he swipes into that robot and his shit breaks
Yeah.
off. Oh, I felt that. I felt
He
that
did a
pain. Like
very painful
that's
life right
another
now.
great thing you can do. It's not just how good some of that stuff can be, but like how powerful they can come across. But yeah, seeing that like, oh, that pain that like those types of power that if you don't have your adamantine, he just has to regrow it because he's got his healing
Yeah.
factor. But that pain where it was awesome.
No,
Go
I
ahead,
was
Dom.
just gonna say, like, how is he supposed to be in the same room as Magneto? Like, are we just gonna keep them separated like the rest of the show? Like, I
On
can't
site.
imagine he's just gonna be fine with Magneto. Like,
On site.
yeah, on side,
Yeah.
dude. He's in so much pain after Magneto just
Yeah.
fucked him. Yeah.
My
I feel like
question was in the first when we see him first in that first scene and they and he
Hmm.
helps out Forge and he gets Forge out and he breaks his claws multiple times. Is that why he was so tired? Like because he has to keep regenerating and keep healing himself? Is that why he damn near fainted?
Imagine
I'm
so.
serious. I'm
Yeah.
not
I
being
think
I
funny.
think
so.
so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man's
Because
hair
I
is
was like,
growing out and
yo,
everything. Like he's
yeah, I was
done, dude.
like
He
I
couldn't
was
even
like,
get his
okay,
mask all the way
so
on.
his healing is working, but I was like he really needs that adamantium skeleton because he's damn near dying out here.
Yeah.
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 He
100%.
is depowered.
To
Um,
defend
but yeah,
Magneto and be consistent, like that's more on Logan. I feel like the X-Men and Magneto had a truce, whereas okay, like if we confront each other, we'll get into a scuffle, but we won't try and kill each other. And Logan killed him. Logan, put his claws in his back. Magneto said the truce is off and this is over. So even next time they see each
mhm.
other, it's Magneto. Like it's an Omega level mutant.
Well,
Logan
I'm
can
not
just
saying
sit
there's
and
anything
kill
he can do about it,
him.
but I don't think he's gonna see it that way. I mean,
No.
I would expect him to be
He'll be
angry and
grumpy
try.
just like he always is. He's grumpy being on the X-Men. He's grumpy with Scott being with Jean, but he still carries on the mission.
Yeah.
Do we care at all about like the X Force? What are their names with Jean Green, not Jean Grey?
X Factor.
Oh my
X
God, X Factor,
Factor.
X Factor, two
Fascist.
Hell yeah.
syllables.
Well, I
Fascist.
only care about Polaris.
Polaris redeemed herself a little bit, but they're still
Yeah,
fascists.
yeah. Polaris, like Havoc was like, kind of he gave her the wink, and she was like, "All right, let's stop playing around." Clipped up Archangel, clipped up everybody real quick. Like, all right, let's get this done. Like I am Magneto's
Hmm.
daughter. Don't forget it.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
That was fire.
but I remember that was kind of one of the things that kind of played into episode two for like her to release Jubilee and everything. Like I don't know, it's just
Yeah,
that was a little contrived to me.
yeah.
Like you didn't like Jubilee's speech to her. You feel like she shouldn't have been affected that
I
much by it.
think I think the emotion was good in terms of seeing like the different like the little alien girl locked up and everything like that. I thought they did a good job of that. I'd like for her to kind of turn back after the speech they just like gave to her between Havoc and her like sitting down. Like I thought it was just too quick of a turn. Like it just had to happen to like progress what was occurring. And then yeah, and then you factor that into Jubilee just kind of just popping off little fireworks inside against a bunch of armed guards. Yeah, it was rough. It was a rough episode too for me personally. Um,
Jubilee's inspiring, man. She inspired you to think that Cable was wrong. So I think she's just doing a really good job.
yeah.
Firing people, man.
No, I guess it's more of like he's not making me believe
Okay.
that much. You know what I'm saying? But so
Probably the
okay, so where
writing.
are we at right now? So going into episode 4, we got the Scott team back. How are we looking forward to like bringing this all together?
I'm just kind of interested to see where they go. It kind of seemed like I don't know, when Professor X got sucked into that kind of like when he was in the mind of that guy. I don't know.
All the floating
There were a lot of
pyramids
things that
stuff.
were
Yeah.
going through my mind. I was like, is this the void? Are they talking about, Kang's temple at the end of time? Is Doom in play? There were so many different things that were just kind of going through my mind. And I'm
Yeah.
kind of really curious to see where we go. Is it Celestials? Is it really just about the ship and Celestials and being able to obtain celestial eternity? Is that kind of
Hmm.
what King is after? I don't know. There's a lot of mystery there that I'm really excited to kind of push forward to and see what happens.
Because there might be another antagonist. And maybe like that was that voice. Like I don't know if it's Strife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Doctor Doom. Doctor
yeah,
Doom would be like unbelievably incredible. But again, I
Yeah.
think to play off like one of our earlier points, I think that'd be really cool if it wasn't a mutant. Again, I like that. Whereas, like I said, like season 1, they ended up having Magneto and the team fought together, and then in season 2, like even Apocalypse is because if you're a mutant or you aren't a mutant, and then the antagonist is not a mutant. I like that. So I'm excited for that mystery too.
yeah.
Yeah, they got to
I
figure out
thought all
something.
the Kang stuff was really cool too. Like just the way it looked, the tech that he had, it was all just like Quantumania. The way his tech created the rings of the timelines and his temple and everything. I was like, damn, this shit looks so sick. As a big Kang fan, I was just like so stoked he was in this episode, and I hope he continues to be a big force the rest of the series.
Hell yeah.
I wish it was
Yeah.
Jonathan Majors' likeness though.
I know they went with
Oh
the white
God.
version. They could have made him black just to make me go absolute ape shit.
Hmm. But
Whatever
yeah,
it is, they
with
got
that,
to figure it
guys.
out because
Go ahead.
Apocalypse, remember, Apocalypse did go back in time. He said he's going back to the 90s at the end
Yeah,
of episode 1. He said he had to go back and figure it out himself. So they
Yeah,
got
it's
to
gonna
deal
meet
with
back
that.
again in the present.
yeah. The
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
team has
So,
got to go back to the present ASAP for
yeah.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah, and then Bridget, because we were absent of Xavier for a lot of season 1.
Thank
So
God.
like
Thankfully.
everybody, man, I loved his scenes up there. Don't you take my classroom scene away from me. He was doing his thing up
The
there. He moving
animation
around.
was
He
great.
had
You're right.
control of all of his legs.
You say he was there for Mutant 9/11? Was he there then?
No, he was walking. I got these legs.
he
I
was
needed
Watch
someone
crushing.
this
else
He
to
work.
was
say
crushing that space. Just absolutely killing it up there. That space mommy.
Like, I haven't walked in 40 years. You think
it.
I want to come back to this hellhole? Absolutely not.
Yeah. But
Really
yeah,
had the
guys,
nerve to
with
look at
that,
Magneto and say, it
go
wasn't your
ahead.
fault. How dare he?
But yeah, guys, with that, we appreciate the time with us here today. We really look forward to. I think they did a great job of isolating these 3 episodes, dropping them all at the same time, and giving us all 3 timelines together. That was a really great decision. Will Apocalypse be enough? Is there anybody else in the background kind of pulling some strings? We will see, but please consider leaving a comment down below, liking the video, subscribing to our channel if you haven't already, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.